Hi, Sean Haynes with the Ag Center, your weekly update in agriculture here in California. Dairy market's kind of sitting fairly good right now at 18.85 average for the next 6 months, with final price in April looking to come in around about 17.79 so far. May at 18.28, June at 19.02, July 19.30, August 19.34, and September 19.39. The price has been kind of trading up and down in about a 20-cent range, given that most of the excess production coming off of these additional cows and production per cow over the past few months is being swallowed up by export volumes going into Mexico and Europe. We remain competitively priced against the world market. Haven't really seen much buildup in inventories, even though we've got increased production capacity. The only thing that could hurt us a little bit going forward, or at least keep these prices down in this range, is the fact that the EU prices have been kind of falling recently, especially on the butter side. And we're going to have to stay underneath that to keep ourselves competitive in the market. Given that, I don't think we're kind of hitting the top of the market. We'll have to see. The only thing that could hurt us is we have extra production coming on, but I'm kind of not as worried about that given the fact that we're so short of heifers this year, given the fact that guys are just holding cows longer and breeding back to beef more. I think those two things are going to come to a crux going forward. We're not going to really have the ability to expand into this market and kind of tamp it down like we normally have. So we'll have to see how that goes. Forage prices staying pretty consistent. Test hays still sitting at the 305 at the top end, down to 290, 280. Lower end forages, as far as alfalfa hay coming off quite a bit, given there's a lot of production coming on right now, given guys are taking a lot of cuttings that they had to delay. And so we're seeing a little bit of depression on the alfalfa market, but on the regular side, but on the test hay, still pretty high demand. Oat hay, wheat hay sitting around the 120, 140 FOB range. Silage prices on the corn side, we're hearing some stuff about the $60 to $70 range. Down the far south market, Baco, about $5 to $10 off. That one, you hit Central State, another $5 to $10 off. What did you get up in the northern state per ton in the field? A lot of questions going on right now about actually how many acres are going to get planted this year, given the questions with water availability going on and what the cost of the water, if you do get it, is going to be, given that we're expecting a pretty hot summer if the forecasts are right, and then we had such a light rainfall in the winter. Calf price still remaining strong, about $17.50 per head on drop calves. On the beef and dairy cross side, $11.50 for Holstein bull calves. Recent sale at Overland was pretty strong again this week, but off from prior weeks, down to about the 585 to 565 range for 4.5 weight steers. Kind of a mid-month auction. Hasn't been doing as well as first of the month auctions. We'll have to see what the next sale that's coming up on the 27th does for prices. If that shows another increase, we could see prices go up. But I think we're seeing some market pushback as far as cost these calves go, given the fact that the last time the calves ran through these feedlots at $16.50 in the past few months, we kind of caused a break even on the finished calf side and really huge losses for processors. Not a lot of cattle. Scarcity is still there. No rebuilding in the herd going on, respectively. The number I always look at to see if there's rebuilding in the herd is how many heifers as a percentage of total animals on feed there are. We're still sitting about 37%. Need to see that down about 34 to 35% before there's any rebuilding going on. On the almond side, almond prices kind of popped up again about 20 cents. We're sitting about 269 average for non-parals for all sizes, with a 286 with a 22 AOLs. We're about 252 average all sizes for Californians, with a 255 for the AOLs, 22 AOLs. Prices remaining high, given the fact that every single estimate that's come out this year is showing the crops off about 10%, and with weather concerns, we'll have to see what that comes in. But given all that, it's pressure to push prices upwards, and also getting the long range look that acreage is both down, and overall production per acre is expected to kind of flatline to decrease a little bit, given where all these new orchards are coming on. That the industry is looking at this thing and saying, hey, prices are going to be staying at this level or increasing going forward, given the fact that a really huge crop may not be in the future anymore, given the changes in the industry overall. Pistachio prices up a little bit to 248 average. The 25 crops so far from able to look at. Really hard crop to peg, hard to get information on it, but USDA's just came out with that so far for the average price for 2025 crop. A lot of talk right now about the pistachio crop size, given the weather concerns that came in right at the wrong time during bloom, what have you. Some guys calling for the crop to be down around the 900 million pound mark, which is far less than the 1.2, 1.3 billion pound mark they're expecting. There is tamping back though on price pressure, given the fact that most of those nuts are pushed through three large processors in the state who kind of dictate what the price is going to be. I'm not going to lie. And they've kind of come out recently and said, hey, they're not going to let the price get too exuberant, given the fact that it could kill markets overall. And also helping that market is the fact that Iran's offline with the Strait of Hormuz issue, and until they come back online again, that part of the competing side of the pistachio markets is offline. That's what I got this week. Thanks.